Hello and welcome back to Code with Ibra channel once again. In this video we are going to look at how to create HTML tables using CSS, how to style your tables in CSS. So previously we looked at how to do that in HTML, and in this course we are going to look at how to also do it in CSS. So if you are new on the channel, kindly subscribe, hit the like button, comment and share also, so that your friends will be able to also enjoy this show. Alright, so let's begin. I have my CSS file linked to the HTML, and this is the CSS file that this is the project explorer. I have the index and then the CSS, okay, and then the CSS is linked to the HTML file at this line. Alright, so let's start with our table, and then the table head will come here and the table row. So we have the th, the first column will be the names, the name, the following one will be the age, and then the last one is going to be the account, all right. So we come to the preceding one, and then that's the table body, table row. The name is, I like this, my guy, okay, so Kwesi God Rich is here, and then the age of this guy is I think 25 years. Alright, and then his account, he has about $200 in his account. And that's not only what we are going to have here. We are going to have other rep fields like let me choose other guy called Masha. Yeah, I think that guy too is from Nigeria. Thumbs up, Masha, I see you. So 30, the age is 30, and then the amount is $150. Okay, no, yeah, sure, it's not bad. $150 is not bad. Okay, and then we have last one. Let me use Ibrahim. So that's my guy from UDS, and then his age will be like 26. Because he's a student, he will be having some school fees, so let me give him 270. Alright, so alright, let us now view this in the browser. Okay, this is what we have on the screen, the HTML code that we just entered. Okay, and we can see our table nicely sitting here, but this table does not, it doesn't look nice at all. It's not fine. So let's go back to the code and start doing some styling. I want you to take a look at something here. We have the table, we have the table head, and then the rows. At the same time we have the table body, and then we have the rows. Okay, so we will select couples of tags here, but I want you to take a look at something here. The table is the main man, okay, and the following the table is the table head, which is just telling us that whatever that comes inside here will be the heading. And then after the table head we have the table row, and then what the table row does is, for the table row, it just contains the row of the headings. Let me say the row of the headings. So this one like this is going to be the first row. If we add another one, we are going to get another row. Okay, but we just need only one row, so that's why we have this thing here. So we can see that this is what really contains data. Okay, the th is what really contains the, let me say, the fields for the headings of the table. We're talking about this one. Okay, because of that we are going to select the th. We will select this one, and the same way too, we will not select this one, but we will come and select the td, table data, because the table data also contains what? Record. The the th also contains record. So at the end of the day, this is what we are going to do. We are going to select the table and then the table head together with the table data. Okay, you will not understand, so let's go to the code. So we select the main man, what is the table, and we introduce comma. This is how you can select multiple elements and then give them styles. Okay, this is how you can select multiple elements. So we have selected the tag name of the table. Okay, then comma will come, then we proceed to call the name of whatever thing we want to also add the styling to. So we will need the table head, okay, the table head, which is this one, we will need that one, and comma. We will also come here and we need this one too, the table data. We will need this one too, so we call the table data. Okay, we've selected them. Now let's give them border. So border 1 pixel solid, and then let's give them black, color black. We go back to the browser and we refresh. We see that now they have border. Okay, at first there wasn't any border, but now we have given them border. Okay, this thing that we just did here, okay, you can do it simply by coming to your HTML and adding a border here, like border equals 1. Okay, you can decide to delete this one here, and we will refresh and you will see the same thing. Okay, so the HTML can also give us that same code that we did here, but I like to always do my styling in the CSS, okay, so that the HTML file will sit there separately alone. All right, okay, so this is now what we have. We have selected our table head, table data, and then table, and we have given them styles. Okay, one thing that we also have to do again is we will select the table element separately. So we select the table element separately here, and we will come down to select the table data, table head, and then the table data, whichever way you do it. A table head, table data, or table data, table head, is all the same. Okay, it's all the same. So basically this is what we are going to do. I am going to keep this tutorials very short so that my beginners will be able to understand it. Very soon we will do complex tables, but for now this is something that you need to get things started, okay, to get moving. All right, so let's go back to the browser and refresh. This is what we have. Okay, we have the name, we have the age, and then we blah blah blah, as you can see. So one thing that I want to do is, you see the border for the table is doubled. Okay, we have doubled borders, and I don't like the way this thing is looking like. I want the border to be single. All right, so the way we do this is you come to the table. When you come to the table, then there's a property called border collapse. So you set the border collapse to collapse. Okay, and that's all that you have to do. Let's refresh. Very good. Now that we refresh, we see that our table is sitting quietly, nicely, and clean, because we've gotten rid of that double border that was previously that the table gave us by default as we apply the border. Okay, so this is what now we have. Okay, but you can see also from the screen that the name is sitting at the center. Okay, at the center, whilst the record are not at the center. The record are the left side. Okay, so let's try as much as possible so that all our column headings will also be at the left side, so that it will look nice. So to do that, or to achieve that result, we come to the table head and then the table data, and then we apply a star called text align, and then we set it to left. So when we set the text align to left, look at what happens. Very good. Okay, so once we've set the text align to left, all the content will be aligned to the left. All right, so let's come again. And there's one thing too that we can see from the table. You see that the text are closer to the border. The border is the black things. So you see that it's like there's no padding. All right, let me use the word padding because that's the word that's the property we are going to use. There's no padding, there's no spaces in between the contents and the border around. So to fix this, we give padding to our element. Padding. Let's apply a padding of 15 pixels to the table head and then the table body. Okay, table to this table headings and then the table datas. The table datas and then the table headings. This is where we are applying all the styles to. We go, we refresh. Very good. Okay, so now this is what we have. We can see that our table is looking good already. All right, our table is looking very good already. There was something that I also want to do here. What I want to do here is, the table is sitting at the left side of the screen. I want to have it at the center. Okay, I want to have my table at the center. So what we have to do is, we need to come to the table and give it a width. So let's give a width of 500 pixels to the table. When we give a width of 500 pixels to the table, nothing is going to happen. Just the weight is going to be applied, but nothing else is going to happen. But for you to be able to move this to the center of the screen, what you have to do is, you have to apply margin of auto. You set the margin to automatic. Okay, you set the margin to auto, which is automatic, and automatic that will automatically move the content to the middle of the screen, as you are seeing here. All right, as you are seeing here. So yes, and also because this one is heading, I would love to give this a different color. Okay, so that the heading is differentiated from the body. Let's try and give the heading a different color. So where we have to go is, let's come back to the HTML file, and you can see the table head. This is the table head. Okay, this is the table head, and this is the parent of the heading. Okay, the parent of this side, talking about this side, the heading. Don't mind my drawings, okay, don't mind them. Let's go back. So we have to target the table head, because that is where the name, the age, the account, that's where they are. So if any style that we give to the table head, automatically the children or what is inside will be included, or they will be affected by the styles we give to the table head. So without wasting much time, let's come here, and table head is T head. Okay, T head. We are not adding the dot, because this is not a class name. When you are dealing with a tag name, you don't need to prefix it with a dot or a hash or anything. You just call the tag name, and CSS already know all the tag names, so it will work. All right, so now that we've called the T head, which is this man here, let's try and give it a background color of let's say green. Let's go back to the browser and refresh. Very good. So now we see the heading is having a color of green, background color of green. Okay, but the text is black. I want us to change the text to white. Okay, so right now what I want you to do is pause the video now and go back to the code editor and try and change the color for the heading to change it from black to white. Okay, pause it and try it for yourself, and when you are done, you resume the video so that you see the solution, or we do them together. All right, thank you so much. If you could do it, that's very good. If you couldn't, no problem, let's do it together. So inside this T head, you add another property called color, and you give it a color of white. Simple, color of white. Let's refresh. We now see the color of white. Okay, we now see the color of white. So this is a basic table, HTML table, that you can create. All right, this is something small that I want us to look at. And one thing too is that I think the padding is too much, so as for my side, I will reduce the padding a bit. I'll reduce it a bit. It's 15, but you can maintain it if you want it that way, but I will reduce it a bit to 10 pixels, and let me refresh. Very good. This is what I have now. Okay, this is what I have now. So you can see that now our table is bordered nicely. We have a border around our table, like as we are seeing over here. Okay, we are seeing over here. But in case for looking at this one like this, the border is not good to me. I don't like the color black, so let me change the border color. Let me change the border color to gray, Gray, to gray. Okay, to gray. and you see it has been changed from black to gray. All right, yes. All right, so you can play around with CSS tables, and let me say it again, this is a very basic CSS table. Okay, you can use the same format, the same style everywhere to create any table you want, but this is a basic table. We can do so many things, and we will do so many things with the table, but for now I want to keep it very short, so that by the time we start building project, then at that time we bring everything together and we add something more, let me say, more deep. Okay, more deep. Okay, so for now I am building you guys, I am strengthening your hands with the code. If I try to introduce something complex, most of you will not be interested anymore. Okay, and it wouldn't make sense for a beginner to start tackling something that is too much for him. Okay, so I see it very good, or I see it a nice way, so that we start with these basic tables, so that at least you can see that you are performing. All right, when we get to the advanced topic, it's not going to be difficult for you anymore, because you have already started with the basics. All what you need is the basics. When you get the basics, then the rest is all about adding up. All right, so this is a very small HTML table that I want to show you. Okay, and with this, if you do something like this, what you have to do is you have to try and then manipulate it, go over and over again. You see, in the T head we have changed the color to white. Okay, so I want you to pause the video. Okay, this is an assignment. Change the color for the T body, where the table record is Kwesi the Marshall, where it's white. I want you to change it to a color black, and if you change it to color black, you have to also change the text to color white. Okay, so pause the video, try it once more, and when you are done, resume to see the solution. All right, thank you very much. If you were able to do it, that's thumbs up. If you couldn't do it, that's totally fine. Let's do it together. Okay, so we will now go to the code editor, and this time around we are going to select the container of our table records, which is the element that contains all this record, and that element is what? Is the table body. Okay, so we come down here and we select that table body, T body. Okay, T body. CSS already knows all the elements in HTML, so that one you don't need to prefix it. If you prefix it, you are going to get an error, because it will think it's a class or an ID. So table body, and then we give it a background of, I said black, right? And then a color of white. That's all that you need. Let's refresh. Very good. Okay, so thumbs up if you were able to do it. That's very good. If you couldn't do it too, you've now seen the solution, so you will build up and you will become a very good programmer. All right, so in your own time, I want you to manipulate this table. Go about it something like, you see now all our content are aligned to the left. Okay, so let's do it in such a way that we will bring our content to the center. All right, to the center. And if you want to do that, you come to the at the end of the day, you see that is the table heading and then the table data that we are going to manipulate. Okay, so at the end of the day, you have to come here, the table data and then the table heading. We change the text alignment from left to center, and when we change it to center, we refresh and we see that now everything is aligned, everything is in the center of the table, everything has been aligned at the center. We can also push it to the right, and if you want to push it to the right, you say right, and that will as well push it to the right. Okay, so that's all about HTML table. You can do so many things with it. Left, let's push it back to the left. Can do so many things with it. So I will keep the lectures here for short. Okay, I will keep it here for short, and I will ask you to subscribe. If you have not subscribed to our channel, try as much as possible, because this is what keeps us motivated to always bring you new content. Okay,
so this is something small that I want to share with you in this lecture, and we will meet in the next lecture. But I will ask you to kindly subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Try and give us your comment. Let us know how you feel about this lecture, and if also I made a mistake, I will be glad for you to point it out to me, because we are also and always learning. Thank you so much, and see you in the next lecture.